So Julio Blister is there. Hello.
Hi, Galeb, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I had a question for you. Is it in Pakistan's constitution, the woman's testimony, is it considered half of men? Like two women
No,
are equivalent to
no, no,
one?
no, 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 no. Not in the constitution.
Not in the constitution. So in the court of
No, no.
law, is they are equal?
Yeah, yeah, they're equal. They're equal.
Okay,
It's not like
because
that.
even the non-Muslim, like if it was one
Yeah,
person who is a non-Muslim and one person who is a Muslim,
yeah. In
and
the court of law, that's equal. That's equal.
oh, okay, all right, because I didn't know that. Galib,
Uh,
I was reading this thing. PETA, right? They always talk about animal rights. So 8 years ago in India, the PETA activists they started to preach veganism to the Muslims, and they were attacked, and they were almost killed. The police had to save them. Since then, the PETA has not said a word about this sacrifice of animals, which is very brutal. So what I'm saying is, see, if you look from the Indian Hindu perspective, Muslims, they have been rewarded for their misbehavior. Whenever something goes against them, they start rioting and killing and this thing, and the other side, the authorities give up. So what Indian Hindus are saying is, their bad behavior is being rewarded. So that could be one of the reason also that they are becoming the same. They are also resorting to those tactics. I do not condone it, but I'm just saying, what is your opinion on that?
I did not properly get the question. So, what bad behavior are we talking about here?
Like suppose somebody does blasphemy against Islam, right? And the Muslims go on rampage and they start doing the violence and the violent protests and everything, and the government, the authorities back out, and they punish the other side. So what I'm saying is, there is like they are suppressed. The people who do blasphemy or whatever, they are suppressed. So what happens is, you see, like what happened in Nupur Sharma's case, right? Everybody went on Nupur Sharma, in that case. Nobody talked about Rahmani or anything. But now when Kali happened, when Kali's incident happened, you know, the Hindus started reacting the same way because they saw the Muslims got rewarded, and the other side was suppressed.
So,
You
what do
understand what
you
I'm saying?
think would be the solution for this?
No, I don't. Listen. I agree with you. I'm on with you with this thing. But what I'm saying isn't it one of the reasons? The solution should be, in my opinion, the government should be fair, and I think they should remove the blasphemy law. And like what the French did is the solution. I think the French government, what the French government did in France when the incidents happen, that should be the solution. Everybody should be treated equal, and anybody who does, even this I was looking at the media reports. you know when you start throwing stones and resort to violence, you are not a protester, you are a rioter. You know what I'm saying? And some of this liberal media, they will address them as the protesters. What I'm trying to get here
What
also.
do you think? What do you think? What, let's say someone does blasphemy and Muslims start to protest. So, what would be the viable solution to keep the peace and also take care of the situation? What would be the viable solution?
I mean, a viable solution should, government should come strict, like all this incidents happening where they are openly challenging the people, to cut the heads of the other people or whatever. First of all, while anybody who calls for violence, should be arrested immediately. That goes for these Hindu fanatics. That goes for Muslim fanatics. There should be a zero tolerance on that one. And in India, they do cosmetically, they arrest them and then they release them the next day. And I understand India's law and order is not as strong. The judicial system is broken or whatnot, but the government has to come with something. This thing, this can't continue on. That's what I'm saying. Don't you agree on that?
But I agree with just one thing I would strongly agree with is that India should repeal the blasphemy law. There shouldn't be any blasphemy law in India. I think maybe that would be the point from where things start. But now, even today, what we are seeing is there is a blasphemy law registered against the producer of Kali. Then a guy who was playing Shiva in the Nukkad Natak, he was, he was booked for blasphemy. So more and more people are being booked for blasphemy of Hindu gods as well. Now, this is happening as well. So, for me, it is more of a religious thing, because every religion wants to take benefit from the blasphemy law. Because now Hinduism is also under a lot of criticism from all sides now, for a lot of reasons. And Hinduism, let's say, even the Hindus wouldn't want this blasphemy law gone right now. I would say they wouldn't want it gone. Why? Because they also know that they can protect their religion from blasphemy using this law. And they are registering more and more cases of, they're filing more and more complaints of blasphemy right now in India as well. So I don't see this situation improving. I think both sides would have to improve at once. Right now, even this guy, this, what you would say, Zubair, he is in jail for blasphemy. But Nupur Sharma is not in jail. I don't say that Nupur Sharma should be in jail, but that guy should also not be in jail. This is what I would say. So the government is bringing more and more cases against him now, and they arrested him for blasphemy. And they arrested him for blasphemy, a tweet that was more than 3 years ago, that he made more than 3 years ago. And they have now arrested him for that. And even according to the Indian constitution, an offense that has punishment of less than 7 years, if you register a case for that offense after 3 years, that person cannot be booked for that. So the Hindus are so mad right now that they are saying, okay, he provoked violence. The problem is that, if he provoked violence, then Nupur Sharma also provoked violence. And that TV channel and that host, all of those people provoked violence then. And why is only Zubair behind bars? That's the problem as well. And you have not booked him for inciting violence. And the same, clauses of the Indian Penal Code had been applied on Nupur Sharma that have been applied on Zubair. Both are booked in the similar things. But Nupur is out, which is showing that the Indian government right now is protecting Nupur, but they are punishing Zubair. So I would say Zubair should not be in jail for blasphemy, and Nupur should also not be in jail for blasphemy. So we can see that there is a double standard going on here right now. So India, if I gave an example a few days back that this thing between the Hindutva and the Muslims in India is like a fight between two extremely dirty fighters, who believe in low blows. So right now, because of this Kanhaiya Lal murder and this other guy, the chemist who has been murdered, this is a low blow by the Muslims or Islam to the Hindus right now. But it is only a matter of time before the Hindutva is going to serve them even a worse low blow. So both of them are inhumane. I would say Muslims are a little more inhumane. I would say Islam is a little more, what you would say. But the problem is both of them are on the at par with each other. They are equally kind of going into this thing. So they are doing something that is going to drive this country has already driven this country to the brink of civil war. And let's say in the next 5 years, if there is a civil war in India, you cannot only blame Islam or Muslims for that. You would also have to blame Hindutva for that. And India is such a huge country. If such a thing starts in the country, police and the security forces and the army wouldn't be able to control it. Because, even if you have more than 2 million of army, you wouldn't be able to control, there are so many provinces. There is almost 150 million, this is such a big population. 1,500 million people are living there. So 1.5 billion almost people, who 2 million army cannot control it. Even the whole police forces and all the forces wouldn't be able to control it. So the measures for peace are very important right now. But if people want to, and this bulldozer thing that is going on right now, this is also this will drive more Muslims into the craziness of Islamic extremism, because this should not happen. This bulldozer thing, they are thinking that it is very it is something logical to do. It is not something anything logical, because Yogi Adityanath, if this thing comes full swing, and the full civil war breaks out, or let's say only 1% of the Muslims of India want to pick up arms, and maybe 2% of the Hindus or 1% of the Hindus pick up arms, Yogi wouldn't be able to control that. What would be the outcome of such a civil war? We don't know, because we have never seen a civil war in a country of 140 crores or 150 crore people. There is no example in history. And what will happen in that civil war? We don't know. So,
Ghalib, I know you always defend Zubair. That guy is a very shady character, and he has been.
No, I am not defending him. I am not defending him. I am just saying one thing. The law should apply in a similar way to everyone.
I agree with you. The law should apply equal. Sometimes
either Nupur should be in jail or he should be out.
No, but he is in jail because of other things. I don't think it's
no, but those cases were registered later on. He was arrested for blasphemy only.
No, but the thing is, he started. But this is in US, Ghalib. Sometimes when they catch the criminals, like hardcore mafias or whatever, and if they don't have any other evidence, they go other against like tax charges or like a postal fraud or something like that. They use something else because they know in the court of law they cannot prove him on certain things which he has done and government is sure of. So they want to punish the guy, and in a true way. So they bring some other things into it. You know what I'm saying? That's how sometimes the law works. In Zubair's case, this guy, I think he's being funded by some foreign nefarious organizations.
Yeah, that's the allegation. But the problem is I am also funded by the foreign people. Yeah, because every activist these days has a Patreon. They have a handle on the website where they can receive payments from PayPal. If I'm receiving payments from PayPal, then Pakistan can book me for receiving funding from India. That is what is happening with him.
No, but in his case,
I have studied the case. This is the allegation.
So
because through online transactions, people from India are supporting me on Patreon, and Pakistani government can book that. Okay, Indians are supporting you. You are receiving funding from India. That's the case that is against him.
No, but if there are certain NGOs or shady NGOs or whatever who have a agenda against the country or whatnot,
But that has to be proven in the court of law, and that case was registered much later when he was arrested.
So that's what I'm saying. Because they had this thing on this guy, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, Julio, you have to understand. The problem is they did not book him for this. This is revenge is going on now. Because in first place, they should have booked him for that, because this is a serious charge. So we know that these are mostly the cases that are made up. Okay, you have to understand this. Okay, I'll move on then. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Ghalib.
The problem is, like, you have to book one person for blasphemy and put him in jail, but the other person who is also booked for blasphemy is not in jail. So either put her in jail too or release him. I would say release him as well, because the law has to apply equally to everyone. For me, it's a matter of principle. I don't try to, bring some emotional justification for something. That's my problem. So a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me on this. That's the problem. But the problem is, like, everyone is buying into this BJP and RSS propaganda. Everyone. Perfectly rational people are buying into it. For me, always the principle should be the guiding thing. So the principle is either you put Nupur Sharma in jail or you release Zubair. That's the thing. And now later on, you are putting these cases, okay, because the case is that he was receiving donations through his website, that is Alt News, from other countries. So I am also receiving donations from India and other countries through my Patreon, through my YouTube membership. So can someone book me for receiving funding from India for that? Yes, if someone would have some grudge against me or they want to, punish me, they would definitely book me for that. Yeah, this is what would happen. And Zubair is not only exposing these kinds of things, he was also exposing some fake news. Yes, we can see that he propagated this video of Nupur Sharma blaspheming and everything, but who did not do that? Even we played that video. I played that video. Everyone played that video. So can you put me in jail for playing that video? No, you can't. Because you cannot punish journalists for reporting something. Right now, you have to put his religion on the side because he's a Muslim journalist. That's why he's being punished for that. But you have to see it from another perspective as well. You cannot, punish people for just doing that.